For many creators, video editing can feel like one of the most tedious parts of the process. For a lot of us, it's one of the things holding us back from being consistent and making more content. But it doesn't have to be. In this video, I'm going to share 3 keys to making editing a more enjoyable part of your process so you'll be excited to edit and share your videos more consistently. Key number 1, separate your different editing modes. Part of what can make editing feel tedious is trying to do all of the editing in one sitting. But much like writing, editing can be broken up into different drafts or modes. Here are the 3 that I use: the quick edit, the creative edit, and the final edit. In the quick edit, my goal is not to make a perfect edit, but to get through the footage as quickly as possible. I make rough cuts, remove bad takes or unnecessary shots, and maybe throw on some basic effects and graphics. Because I'm not trying to make the perfect edit, I can focus on speed. I either use a series of keyboard shortcuts or a web-based app called Descript, which I talk about in this video, to make this part of the editing process as quick as possible so I can move on to the next. In the creative edit, my goal is to allow my creativity to run free. This is where the enjoyment really comes in. I'm still not worried about making a perfect edit, but I'm going through the footage and allowing myself to have fun and try out different ideas. Finally, I get to the final edit where I add the polish. I double check and make sure words are spelled correctly, I dial in the color and the sound, and make sure that all the cuts are nice and clean. To be honest, sometimes I intuitively do some of the polishing during the creative edit, but that's fine as long as I'm not taking myself out of the creative/fun zone. Key number 2, have a place for assets. Anything you use more than once should be saved as an asset so you don't have to recreate it every time. During your creative edit, anytime you have to stop and rebuild something you've made before, you're in danger of getting out of a flow state. Whether it's animations, transitions, text layouts, or even the overall structure of your videos, anything you can save as a template is going to save you time and allow you to stay in a state of flow while editing. Here are 3 ways I use this method to keep my creative edit flowing. I use a starter template for all of my videos. This template includes the intro and outro clips, background music, and an adjustment layer with basic color correction already baked in. An asset bin or folder. I keep a folder with all of the graphics, images, sound effects, and music I might use in my videos. That way, anytime I need something, it's right there and I don't have to go searching for it. A sequence or timeline with templates. I keep a separate timeline with a lot of pre-built effects and text layouts I use in many of my videos. During an edit, if I know I'm going to need some text to pop up here, I can just copy the template from my template sequence, paste it into the one I'm working on, and then edit or add the new text. Again, anything you find yourself doing more than once can probably be saved as a template or in an easy to access folder. It'll save you a ton of time and keep you in a state of flow while you're editing. And key number 3, schedule uninterrupted time just for editing. I have a tendency to get excited about the overall project, but fuzzy on the details of how it's actually going to get done. One of the most important questions you have to answer is, when am I actually going to work on this? If you're like me and you don't always have the answer for that question, you might find yourself trying to squeeze an editing session into spare moments before a meeting or before your kids get home from school. The problem with this approach is you can't fully let go and just focus on what you're doing, because you might be thinking about the next thing on your schedule or feeling guilty about other things you should be doing. Scheduling time specifically for editing solves this problem. Put it on your calendar or write it down in your journal. However you keep track of your time, give yourself permission to use a stretch of time exclusively for editing. You'll be surprised how much more you'll enjoy it. So those are my 3 keys to making editing more enjoyable. Comment below if there are tips or method you use that I didn't mention. Also, let me know if you're going to start using any of the keys in this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.